research after all the alleged scamming, scheming, thotting, and mugshotting that it took for Marlo to get that damn peach, there ain't nothing that them girls could tell me at my own damn event to ruffle my feathers. Quiet as it's kept, I'd have entered the damn event in a Versace robe, a G-string, some platform heels, and would have been bent over twerking in a circle to start it from the bottom. Now I'm here. I got my notes. I hope y'all got yours. Let's get on into this damn mess. All right, y'all, so let's jump right on into Marlo Gets a Peach. Listen, I am so happy for Marlo after all these damn years of being a friend of the show, being a friend of this person, in an alliance with this person, beefing with this person, scheming on this person, creating a whole bunch of dysfunction, just trying to stay on the show. She finally gets to the promised land of holding an actual peach. Now, listen. Years ago, I used to think that holding a peach was like the holy grail of being on like the Housewives show in terms of Atlanta. But what I came to realize is that when you become a long-term friend of the show, you know, you make comparable good money and you don't really have to be in every single scene, right? You get to keep your life on the outside going on, and then you tootsie roll on this show when you need to make an appearance, get a quick check, and go off. So you don't have to get all the way into your life. Furthermore, I thought that a friend of the show role was best for Marlo because I personally never thought she'd end up with a peach because of her sort of murky backstory, right? Like, we know bits and pieces of Marlo, bits and pieces of the mugshots and the scams and the crimes and all that alleged stuff, and bits and pieces of how she gets her money and whatnot. But I felt that because there was so much ambiguity behind it, it was hard to sell Marlo as somebody that's relatable to the common person who's watching the show, right? But what I really think pushed Marlo over the edge is becoming a Muntie, because it kind of gives her depth and more relatability to the average person watching the show, right? In Atlanta, apparently you can just plug and play these kind of like socialite girls, right? You know, they got the money, they got the extensions, they got the body, they got the ass implants, the mansion, the man, and stuff like that. But what you really need is a story, right? That's what sets apart the plug and play girls from the ones who actually end up staying on this show, having staying power, connecting with people, and being able to, you know, get to the next plane of success with the show, right? So you need to have a backstory that helps you relate to people. And I think being a Muntie and just dealing with some real life stuff. I mean, her sister is about to go to jail or is already there or something like that. And so Marlo steps into this role of being kind of like a surrogate mother to her nephews, and that instantly makes her more relatable. So good for Marlo. Now listen, Marlo, now that you got this peach thing, I just want to let you know, it's like one of those things like when you get rich. It's so hard to get there. But then once you get there, that's not the end all and be all. Like, now comes the work to stay there, okay? So what kept you on the show as a friend of is not going to keep you on the show as an actual peach holder. So get ready to ratchet up the drama even more and to be more transparent and to be more forthcoming with your life and the details. So congratulations, but it's going to take a lot of work. So I hope you're ready for it. Now let's move on, y'all, to Sheree returning. Now listen, I'm going to start this off with I love Sheree Whitfield. I like her and I love her, right? As a person, I like her story. I like that she was, you know, one of the founding members of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and whatnot. You know, Nene brought her in XYZ. And I think that she is good for the show in doses, okay? My problem with Sheree is that it always seems that she plays the same character, right? And it's kind of like this bone collector character, this person that just comes to stir drama and just go off. She doesn't really have a storyline of her own, or the storyline that she has is lacking, right? Furthermore, one of the things about Housewives that makes it such a great platform is that it's such a great opportunity to create a business and get people in there every single week in terms of customers knowing about your business, your brand, and what you're building and stuff. Sheree has tootsie rolled across our damn screens for, 13, 14 years on and off at this point, and we've never seen any verifiable businesses that can kind of go the distance. So to me, if you don't leave the damn Housewives with a rich husband, a leg up in life, or a verifiable business, you have kind of failed yourself on the platform. So though I'm happy to see Sheree come back, I'm just like, girl, The streets say that you finally got the damn She by Sheree joggers, on the damn playing field. So I'm hoping that they're good quality. I'm hoping that, they're available in lots of different stores and not just on Instagram. And I'm also hoping that you take this time to kind of really build a business that can last past the Housewives, right? You need to be on that whole Beyonce tip where you are giving packages to different celebrities, influencers, Atlanta people that will unbox your stuff and promote it and get the name out there, okay? If you do not leave this damn show with a verifiable business this time, Sheree, we gonna have a damn problem. Now, furthermore, let's talk about Sheree and this ex-con boyfriend of hers. Now, when Sheree wasn't on the show, we had heard stuff in the blogs just in terms of Sheree dating this man named Tyrone, who apparently is this character that has come in and out of like the Housewives ethos, across the years, from having dealings with Nene as far as business and knowing Sheree and this, that, and the third. And apparently he went to prison. I don't know what he went to prison for. Truthfully, I don't care. The story here is not really about him being an ex-con. It's just the relationship that it shows up with Sheree and what that means, right? Now listen, I am all for finding love in strange places. I just don't see what Sheree gets out of the Tyrone situation, right? Like, if we analyze the situation as rational human beings, if I'm Sheree Whitfield and I'm a part of Atlanta's elite, I live a certain type of lifestyle. There is nothing that a Tyrone can give me other than sex and companionship. And as far as I'm concerned, I can get that down to the Bumble and the Tinder, okay? So if you can add to my life, what are you there for? Now, furthermore, I don't know what is likely broken in Sheree that of all the ex-athletes, musicians, business people down to Atlanta and the continental United States, you find the man in prison. Okay, so I don't know what it is that's lacking in you that needs something in Tyrone. Hopefully we will see this relationship play out to its conclusion and end this season, because I just don't see this as being a worthwhile relationship. I don't know what he can add to your life. So I hope through this season we either see this relationship end and her get onto, somebody better for you, somebody that adds to your life, somebody that doesn't just take from your life. And I'm not saying this man is just sitting up here taking her money and stuff, but listen, if Sheree got the money and this man ain't got no damn money, it kind of creates an uneven playing field in the relationship to begin with, okay? So at the point in time, in terms of where Sheree is in her life right now, what does she need with a project man, okay? She needs someone established and someone that can add to her life. So I don't know, but we'll see about this ex-con boyfriend and this whole Tyrone storyline. But I'm already a little bit bored, and y'all gonna have to convince me on it. Drop down in the comments if y'all agree with me or if I'm being a little bit too hard on Sheree and this ex-con Tyrone. Now moving on to Kenya dancing with the stars and this boy toy of hers. Y'all, there is this thing in life, it's a saying or like a phrase rather, it's called a red herring, okay? And what a red herring is it's something that's supposed to distract you and pull the wool over your eyes so you don't see what's actually going on, okay? It sends you down hallway B when your ass was supposed to be down hallway A, okay? Y'all pay no attention to this damn Dancing with the Stars boyfriend of Kenya's, okay? This is not a real relationship, and Kenya is over here playing on our damn collective intelligence with another damn fake ass relationship. First off, okay, that boy is young as hell, okay? What does he need with a Kenya more other than exposure, okay? And what does Kenya gain from the relationship other than somebody that can move their hips good, okay? And maybe give you some good sex down to the bedroom, okay? I don't mean to be mean to people trying to find love or just trying to have fun, but I think to me, if you start out with what your goal and intention is, it would help us as the viewers being able to help you. If you want to have fun, girl, have fun with that boy, okay? But if you're looking for somebody to be a partner for you, a potential stepfather to your daughter, it's not this young Dancing with the Stars boy. So y'all do not pay attention to this damn red herring and keep it moving and focus more on Kenya, Mark, and getting this damn divorce settled. Moving forward. Let's talk about Drew Sidora. Now, I chuckled real quick because because first off, Drew, I didn't even think that you would get a second season, to be completely honest. Okay, I don't think that you really brought it the first season, and what you brought wasn't really rooted in nothing. It was like the drama concerning like the saved, sanctified, and full of the Holy Spirit people. Okay, and it kind of made you look bad at the end of the damn season, to be completely honest. But listen, I think that because, you know, Portia left the show to basically become the villain of her own damn show. And if you let the streets tell it, or Cynthia Bailey tell it, either they asked her to be a friend of the show or she left on her own volition. Okay, so I don't know what the true story is, but needless to say, the budget was open to keep you and to also bring Marlo on as a housewife and bring in Sheree. Okay, so listen, if the ends justify the means, then girl, you're here, and I hope that in the second season of the show, you really bring it, right? So let's get on into Drew's business, right? So the business of fitness. Now, as I said before, if you do not come away from the Housewives with a business, a new man, or some sort of leg up in life, you have failed, okay? But in going with that, I always feel that the most successful housewife businesses are things that actually are attached to the person, right? So you need to have some sort of personal reflection to it, it needs to be an extension of your personality, either what you're known for doing or what your hobby, what you like to do, something that needs to be tied directly to you, okay? Drew, no tea, no shade, but girl, we do not know you for being fit. We do not know you for fitness, okay? So I don't really understand how you're going to have a business with meal planning and meal prepping and stuff. Furthermore, girl, you went under the knife, right, to, I guess, get your hysterectomy. And so in addition to that, you decided to get a mommy makeover at the same time. This is where I have a problem, okay? Because you cannot then go on social media telling the girls, I lost 10 to 25 pounds. Apparently she don't know whether it's 10 or 25. Listen, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I lost 10 to 25 pounds, honey, and these is my, fitness meals, and y'all should buy this, and y'all gonna look like this too. Lies upon lies upon lies. If you quote unquote cheated to get there, girl, you can't teach me how to go to 7-Eleven as far as I'm concerned, okay? So listen, and it's not even like this damn fitness business is like Drew up in her kitchen making these damn meals, packaging up for the people. This company approached Drew, and she's pretty much becoming the face of it because she's losing weight, as a combination of fitness and surgery, and it makes sense for her to do this as a business. So listen, I'm not going to kick nobody when they're trying to get a leg up in life and trying to do good. I'm just saying that I don't know if this whole meal prep business and this whole, get fit with Drew or drop it with Drew is actually going to sustain, the test of time, because I don't really know if your message is clear and not muddled in plastic surgery and self-promotion, right? So good idea, perhaps bad execution. I'll be looking for the next business after this, but we shall see. Now on to the Drew-Ralph relationship. Now we find out this season that, they got problems with assistants again, right? I think last season there was some issue regarding the assistant and the damn tape where she was taping the pastor and stuff. Y'all drop down the comments and let me know if I'm making that up or if I got that right. But apparently, baby, in Atlanta, it is hard to find a good ass assistant. So just as Drew is trying to, develop this business of hers and try to get something outside of Housewives and promote it through the show, so too is Ralph, right? So Ralph decided to write a book, right? And it's kind of about being a stepfather, being in that role. And, as we saw last season, he was a really good stepfather to Drew's son from a prior relationship. And so I actually really like this idea. I think that it's something that's central to who you are, central to your story, and a natural extension of something that you're already going through. So to me, it kind of sets itself up as a really good business idea. Now, this is where we go wrong, okay? Ralph decides to hire an assistant to help him with the damn book writing or the book process or getting everything organized. And he hires this female assistant. Now, the female assistant decides to kind of, go past the bounds of what's appropriate and offer him a massage, and him being a stupid man, he decides to like entertain it a little bit. It never really got that far, but suffice to say, it wasn't something that he should have done. Okay. Now this is what I want to say on it. If I'm Ralph, I'm trying to figure out whether or not straight men are just stupid or if this is a storyline based activity, right? Because if I'm already having problems with my wife down to infidelity, me disappearing, Tampa, this, that, and the third, why in the hell would I get a female assistant that will create a pressure point and an attractive one with a nice ass, apparently, according to Drew? Why would I get one of those and bring that into my situation that's already on the precipice of disaster, right? It seems like creating an unnecessary pressure point. Quiet as it's kept, if I was Ralph, I would have gotten a straight male assistant. And I say straight male assistant because with the female assistant, you know, people going to be talking in the streets about you cheating with her. With the gay male assistant, it's going to be, you know, he's turning you out, and Ralph is over here playing trade in the damn streets. But if you get a straight male assistant, you kill two birds with one stone, actually three, because you get rid of the whole female aspect, the whole gay male aspect, and you also get your damn book, you know, figured out, you know, assistantized, and you get all the actions that need to be done regarding the book done, okay? So like I said before, I don't know if this is a symptom of just being a stupid straight male or whether this is some sort of storyline based activity, right? Because a rational mind wouldn't have brought this kind of pressure point to the relationship. So I'm curious to see how this is going to pan out. I just hope that this is not y'all's storyline this season and there's something else going on with y'all. Moving forward, let's talk about Drew's friend Sanya. So I actually really like Sanya. I think she fit in very, very quickly. I like her backstory. I like people that are already successful before the Housewives, because to me, the Housewives just become something to, number one, do, and to, number two, get your name back out there, maybe create a business, get your, name back up in the streets. It's a really, really good marketing device outside of all of the drama, right? So Sanya is an Olympic athlete, right? She got 4 gold medals and a bronze one that she don't talk about. And, she has this husband, she has a kid, she has, Jamaican roots. Her parents are Jamaican, baby. I can normally understand the Jamaicans, and I had such a problem trying to understand her father, which is really weird because I'm normally able to understand the island accents, but baby, he must be like a deep Jamaican accent because baby, I was having problems, honey, ponder replay. So, in terms of Sanya, we learned about her background, her ties to certain other housewives. She was brought in through Drew, but apparently like she knows Candy and stuff. But what I really want to talk about is this whole relationship with her husband, right? And so what seems to be the pressure point in that relationship is that he wants another kid. She wants another kid too, but she's worried because once they had the first kid, he pretty much kind of turned into an absentee father in terms of her words, and she doesn't really want to go down that road again because she feels like, it almost broke them up the first time, and this could probably break them up completely this time, right? Now, just in terms of the analysis of this relationship, y'all, I think truthfully, Sanya, not having the baby would create a bigger problem than having the baby. And I say that to say this. If your main concern is him not being there, listen, he brought up the topic of the baby this time. It's something that he wants. So to me, that automatically makes him more invested, right? Furthermore, you want the baby too, okay? And if you're busy, if you're worried about being busy, to me, you have the best person on the damn show to talk to, which is Candy, okay? There are so many options these days for women as far as fertility, as far as having babies, and you can just get a surrogate, okay? Get some of your eggs removed, implant it in a surrogate, and then you can go about your business while, tending to the surrogate on the side and stuff. No pressure points in your marriage in terms of you not being able to have sex with your husband and being emotional and this, that, and the third. I think talking to Candy about the process of surrogacy would probably be a worthwhile expenditure of time, right? Because to me, that man seems to feel really strongly about a second child. And I think depriving him of that, just like your dad said, because, you're busy, okay, and you're scared, doesn't really seem like a good reason to not go down that road. So I'll be interested to see how that pans out. Now, moving on, y'all, to Marlo's La Archive event. Now, listen. I will never tear somebody down without giving them some sort of constructive criticism, okay? So Marlo, listen, your event was really nice. The venue was amazing. The fashions were nice. I think, you had the food, you had the waiters, you had the ambiance, you invited all the right people. I think you did what you needed to do for your event to be successful. However, people are always going to hate in Atlanta, especially the other housewives, because that's what they do at these damn events, okay? I don't think it's anything really personal to you. I just think that if there is something to find, if there is something to talk about, they are going to talk about it, and they did, right? The only thing that I would have done differently is perhaps, just like the girls were saying, have actual models to wear the clothes and to be taking them around the room and stuff like that. Listen, a very good example to me of event planning is Dorit Kemsley from Beverly Hills. Okay, so to me, if you want to make your event, your fashion event, A1, really, really top level, call Dorit. She is really, really good at that. And I think if you know Andy Cohen, if you're in the housewife sphere, it shouldn't be that hard to find Dorit. When Dorit threw that event on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills about her wedding line and stuff, she used her own house and everything. Like, she spared no expense, and it was beautiful. Nobody could say nothing about it, okay? And I think where Marlo kind of went wrong is that she spent a whole bunch of money on the event space and the ambiance, but in terms of the actual fashions, which were supposed to be the star of it, they kind of took the backseat to the grandeur of the event space. And that's just my take on it. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all have something different. Now, I really want to get into this whole business model surrounding Marlo's thing, because that kind of worries me from a business perspective if this idea is scalable, right? So Marlo is charging people 25% of retail to rent out her clothes, right? And so every single day it's 25% of retail. My whole thing is, you took a lifetime to accumulate these things, and they're all couture pieces, but to me, they're all fitted to your body, right? Okay, so to me, the person who rents out Marlo's stuff is gonna have to be the same size as Marlo. And I don't know if Marlo is the size to the sample size of the fashion industry, if she's trying to do like, productions and different, celebrity types of events and stuff like that. Normally you need sample sizes, or for Atlanta, honey, you need the ones that are like, big on top, slim in the waist, and then big on the bottom. So I don't know if her body type is applicable to all of the different people that will potentially want to rent it, right? So I think it's a very niche market in terms of the people that are all going to be 5'10", built like Marlo, and able to have the money to rent this stuff out. So I worry about the scalability of it, because to me, you can't scale something that's so niche, okay? So it has to be, in order to build it and expand it, it has to be applicable to more people than such a small subset. So I worry about that, but I'm very proud of Marlo. I'm glad that she found a business that resonates with her as a person, and I hope she's successful with it in terms of what she wants to do. Now, on to our last topic, y'all. Let's talk about Marlo versus Kenya. Now, listen. I said this in the intro, but after all of the scheming, scamming, and plotting that Marlo did to get this peach, there is nothing that any one of those girls could tell me to ruffle my feathers at my own damn event, okay? The whole Marlo and Kenya breakdown has nothing to even do with Marlo and Kenya, okay? And that's what pisses me off so much about it, okay? Because after all these damn years of Tootsie rolling across this show, Sheree once again becomes the bone collector, okay? And what does she do this time? She drags Sanya new ass along with her. Now, Sanya, don't mess up and let Sheree take you down the road of ill repute, baby, because there ain't nothing there but building houses for 8 to 10 years, having a fashion show with no fashions, and dating the ex-con, okay? Be careful the friends that you keep and the people you try to emulate on this damn show, Sanya, okay? Now, listen. Sanya and Sheree got together and decided to carry Bones over to Marlo, basically telling her what the girls are saying about her event, but they kind of put Kenya as like the ringleader, the band leader of the situation, which created the problem, okay? Now, Kenya and Marlo already have a history of, messing up at each other's events and coming for each other and whatnot. That's just the nature of the show. Quiet as it's kept, I think Kenya is the master of starting shit and then moving off. I don't think anything really affects her. I think it's all really part of her staying on the show, staying relevant, and she does X, Y, and Z in order to drop a bomb and then move on to the next one. So I really don't think that it's that deep in terms of the issue between Marlo and Kenya, but I think Marlo was already sitting on ready for Kenya to do something at her event, and I think that Sanya and Sheree pretty much lit the match that started that flame, okay? Because to me, there is nothing that Kenya said that the other girls didn't resonate, okay? So it seems to me like, you know, Sanya and Sheree wanted to start some mess, and they pretty much did, and Marlo kind of fell into the trap. Now, I think, just like I said before, now that Marlo is a housewife, there's going to be more required of her, and I think that if the pressure point of, you know, your events maybe not being up to snuff in terms of, you know, your fashions, your business model, XYZ, and your backstory always being a pressure point for you, I think what you need to do is you need to... Funky Dineva has a saying, and it goes like this: never let a bitch spray you with your own tea, okay? So you need to put your story out there so that it can't be used against you anymore, Marlo. And I don't know why you're holding it so close to the vest. If you dated a billionaire 10 years ago, unless he gave you a couple $1 million, 5 to 10 million, I don't see how it's lasting this long. So there has to be some way that you made money between the billionaire and how you're living now in 2022. So what you need to do is find somebody, YouTube show, some sort of blogger, some sort of story, or sit down with some of them girls on the damn show and just launch into the whole story, okay? If we do not heal our past traumas, we are destined to repeat them. Tell the whole damn story in terms of how you schemed, scammed, plotted, check fraud, allegedly, and sat on all these laps to get all these riches that have basically come at the end of your damn rainbow, okay? So if you say your whole story out on Front Street, can't nobody use it against you, and it will no longer be a pressure point that these girls can push in order to get under your damn skin, okay? And that is my damn advice for you. But anywho, y'all, I think that's all I really wanted to say on this episode. So if you liked what I said, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media at DatDamnDasher. And until next time, y'all, Sanya, do not let Sheree drag you down the road to ill repute. There ain't nothing good there. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.